Alright, I'm back here with my part 3 weathering. I disassembled the engine. I have the wheels, chassis, minus the coverings, because you want to take them off because you don't want to get paint on the electrical pickup or the wheels. And with these here, you don't even really need to weather the wheels because you can't see them. All you can see is the flange, which would be silver. I have the underframe here. These are just coupler parts on the fuel tank, which will have to be weathered. And the body with the bell, horn, antenna, and 3220 on all the way around. So I'm just going to follow the procedure I used to weather this one. And again, you'll need water. I've learned, now Ohio Southern did this wash thing. I was doing an airbrush, and airbrush doesn't exactly fade paint well. It's just like, it sort of fades it, but it makes it look dirty, and I don't want these engines to look so much as dirty, it's just faded. Like you can see there's some streaking, but it's not overall dirty. The bottom needs a bit more gray versus white on the fuel tank, but so I have acrylic, black and white. Those I just use to take the engine apart. I get containers to put the paint in, paper towel, brushes, Q-tips, and toothpicks. And again, styrofoam just set everything on so it doesn't get damaged. So you want to remove this carefully. Everyone's different. I leave the handrails on because I'll probably break them taking them off. You see how thin they are. That's my finger. So I leave those on and I just weather it like that one there. Alright, so I'm just going to start here by mixing some paint up. Now I got my black. I'm going to start with the underframe and trucks, so a little dusty. First thing you want to do is get your paint ready. So you take your containers and your paint and just get it to a color you like. Now, you just take your paint and you just get it to a color you like. Now I got some black in there. I'm going to put some white and stir it. These Alcos just gave years of service and they get a little dark. So now you just want to take your water and stir it in. Just like so. I'm just going to go ahead and start this. I'll just do one side front and one truck building just to show you guys. It's kind of redundant for you to watch it all. So as you can see, that's just a grindy black color over the whole thing. It's a little, and you don't want it to glob up, so anywhere where there's springs like this, just clean it out so it doesn't fill up. Make sure you do the top, because that'll be visible from the bottom. And just clean off the extra. And make sure your brush streaks always go in the upward downward direction, because that's the way the water is going to fall, and it's going to look much more natural. So that's one coat versus a new one. Now, I'm just going to set that aside to dry. I'm just going to start on the underframe. Now, what I do is the yellow stripe here that I'm painting is usually very fluorescent always, just because the material it's made out of, the paint it's just like a reflective strip, so I go over it and it globs up around the railings where they meet. And then I go over it with a Q-tip and clean it all off, whatever's left. And then it just gives a nice effect. And you don't want it to glob up on the walkway there, so just be clear with that. And if worst comes to worst, you just take the Q-tip, clean some off. Now this is like a diamond. Catch the pattern on it, so you don't want that to glob up the paint. So that's one color on the side. And I'll use a hairdryer to speed this up usually, but not with something like this, just because it's light. It could possibly break on you. So you just want to do the front. Now the front's going to be quite a bit heavier just because of the fact that that is the end that is always getting first of the grime or sand, or if it's trailing in it. So that's a good, make sure it doesn't pile up in one spot. You want a good level coat. And the end you don't want too much. So you can always get some of that off later too. It's just acrylic. Again, I just do the white on the handrails because the black gets dirty with the black and that kind of stuff. So this is dry on me here. I'm just going to give this another coat. A little heavier this time maybe. Again, just get it in all the grooves. Alright, so got all 4 trucks done. I got the underframe the way I wanted it, sort of like, you see the stripe there is clean and bright. I'll dull it down a bit, just with some very, very thin, same with this one, it has to be just thin water, little paint and quite a bit of water. So those are the way I like them, and the sides are just shiny. Again, little bit of gray paint and water, like maybe a 3-to-1 water.